Hello, I'm Ania Lichtarowicz, and this is Somewhere on Earth, your weekly look at technology and its impact on our everyday lives. It is Tuesday, the 18th of August 2026. Welcome to the 150th episode of the Global Tech Podcast. Coming up today, we're starting in Brazil, where technology is being used to cut through bureaucracy and help women experiencing domestic violence access vital support. A social impact startup that's digitising public services, protective orders and supportive programmes is using AI to reach women who might otherwise struggle to navigate the system. Then, are we looking at cybersecurity all wrong? As AI makes scams and social engineering attacks increasingly convincing, perhaps knowing how to spot a phishing message isn't enough. New research argues that what we really need is cyber judgment, the ability to pause, create a little space, question what's happening, and make a safer decision. And at the heart of that idea is a fascinating Japanese concept, ma, the space between things. This is Somewhere on Earth, where tech meets humanity. At Web Summit Rio, I came across a Brazilian social impact startup using technology to help women experiencing domestic violence navigate a complicated public service system. Its platform digitises processes that have traditionally been buried in paperwork and bureaucracy, helping women access protective orders, social programmes and support more quickly. The company is now using AI to help both women and the team supporting them, including providing information outside normal office hours, helping workers process cases, and identifying areas where additional social support may be needed. But perhaps the most striking part is how the company is adapting technology to the reality of the women it is trying to reach, including using WhatsApp and providing mobile data to help women in remote parts of Brazil, including communities in the Amazon. So can technology cut through bureaucracy and become a genuine lifeline for women at their most vulnerable?
My name is Rafael Wanderley from Brazil.
Rafael, I see your stand. Tell me about your company.
My company is Direito Ágil, in English, Agile Rights.
And tell me what Agile Rights does.
We run a software, public software, that streamline the process of the social assistance for women in city halls and NGOs. So we develop a software that helps women even in midnight when they face a challenge accessing public services, even in Rio de Janeiro, other cities. We work with 18 cities in Brazil, and we help them even for the work team. So we help them with the less time and less job, less work, with the digitalization of the program. So Ela Protegida, in English, She Protected, help women facing the public services, and even for the public work team that work with this woman in situation of violence. So we help them streamline the process, even for public protective orders. And then when they have a public trial, they go to justice, they have to keep a protective order, like to keep distance of the defendant, or keep themselves help with social programs.
So basically, what you are doing is you are taking the old paper system at city halls, at police stations, at social services, at charities. You're aligning it all, you're digitising it all. So women who have experienced domestic violence can get all their paperwork together and also access help programs.
So we did this program to take off the files, take off the storages of the papers. So we want to get off the bureaucracy of the city halls and even for any NGOs. So we understand ourselves as a social impact startup. So we did this for humanitarian cause of the Direito Ágil. So we face many challenges, even for onboarding. We have to convince the work team that the technology is an ally for them during the process of the assistance.
And how much of a problem is this? What happens to a woman who can't access your systems if she is involved in a domestic violence incident and goes to the police station? What happens?
The problems that they face. So they have the critical route, as we call in Spanish and Portuguese. So the critical route is the difficulty of the woman in situation of violence, that they don't know where and how or when they can get in touch with the public service. So they have a huge difficulty here in Brazil to get in touch with the public services and like get off of this critical route. So many women face the feminicide, like the murder of the woman, because they don't know where they can get the social assistance. So if we streamline the process and we can put them in the city hall for fast assistance, they can face they don't face anymore the risk of the murder.
And you're using AI?
Yeah, we use AI and all the journey of the program, even for as a previous filter, even in midnight hours, that we can help women like clarify any some doubts they have in the midnight, or explain more about the social programs, and even inside the program. As the manager of the work team, they want to know what kind of data we are running. So I don't want to see a huge dashboard. We want to know what kind of problem we are facing right now, or we want to know which territory of the city we can help them. Like we can manage more social programs or social or money, public money for that area of the city. So the AI help them with this kind of problem, and even for recommendations for the work team. So we create recommendations concerning the problems and the risks. We can create a social risk for the woman inside the system.
You started in 2023 and you're saying that you've helped more than 16,000 women so far. What are the plans for the future?
We created this program as a college group. We didn't know how and when we can develop social impact, so the National Bank here in Brazil and other companies, they help us developing the startup. So we already done this a great milestone for us, like 16 women already assisted with the protective order in the palm of the hand. So we are we innovated in the access of justice, and right now the problem that we are facing is the difficulty of the woman facing the public services. So we want to get off of the bureaucracy, get off the papers inside the city halls. Is our main challenge here, main goal.
18 cities so far, you said. Are you expanding?
Yeah, right now we have 18 cities, even for city halls customers, and even for NGOs. We have 2 NGOs here in Brazil, one in São Paulo state, here we are in Rio, but the other one is in the north region. So the north region, we can have a social program with the software that we can deliver. Then there is a shelter NGO for women. So we deliver them a cheaper software, so that can help even women that are disconnected of the cities, like they have to cross rivers. So the technology helps women, even for people disconnected in Amazonian region.
And how does it do that if they don't have an internet connection?
Yeah, they have the phone, they have the WhatsApp connection, or even for internet. So we can help them with data, and then we can get in connection then with the shelter, because many women in the D and E classes here, in social classes in Brazil, they use the phone as the main gadget, the main to access the internet. So we have to understand the reality first and then create the technology.
So you're even giving them data and access to WhatsApp appropriate programs.
Yeah, we create this device, and now we are creating more technologies inside the software, as you can speak with the, we can, if you are a woman in violent situation, you can tell the work team in the city hall, like put a oral process in the system. Like we can, with the AI, we can translate and even fill like a file in the a digital file in the system, so we can help them less time during this process.
So you really are extending your reach as far as possible then?
Yeah, we are extending right now. We are in expansion for even for the northeast region of Brazil, because they have more poorest. The poorest region in Brazil is the northeast, so we can have cheaper technology for them, helping them with software for management this assistance.
Thank you for joining us on Somewhere on Earth.
Thank you very much.
Next, are we looking at cybersecurity all wrong? For years, we've been told that staying safe online is about knowing what to look for, spotting the suspicious email, recognising the phishing link, or learning the latest security rules. But what happens when artificial intelligence makes those scams almost impossible to distinguish from the real thing? Research suggests the answer may lie not in knowing more, but in judging better. It explores how urgency, anxiety, fatigue and pressure can push us into making quick decisions, and argues that one of our most powerful cybersecurity tools could simply be learning when to stop, pause and verify. At the heart of the research is the Japanese concept of ma, the space or the pause between things. In cybersecurity, creating that moment of space could interrupt an instinctive reaction and give us time to question, verify, or ask someone else before we act. So, in the age of AI, could the future of cybersecurity depend less on technology and more on human judgment and our ability to create a little ma before we click? Listener Sachiko Hasuni got in touch with Somewhere on Earth to discuss this idea and sent me over her work. She is a cybersecurity specialist for one of the world's biggest companies and is based in Tokyo.
Since the beginning of computers or the internet, I've seen that we are focusing too much on technologies, and like AI, the AI always gets spotlight. Technology is always their first front line, but we forgot, the humans are there, but we tend to think, internet, cybersecurity, cyber world, technologies. But where the humans? Humans are there, but we not neglected, but humans tend to be left behind. So I mean is that we protect technologies, yes. We protect data, yes. But how about people? People using data, people using technologies. We need to think about humans in the center. That is my concept.
Indeed, humans at the centre. I mean, for years we've been told, this could be a phishing email. Don't click on the link from the bank. All these things, but now because AI is taking over in this whole area as well as it is in so many, there is a real risk that humans can no longer tell really what is a scam because the AI is so sophisticated, isn't it?
So that is why we need to come back to humanity. When we go to digital world, we tend to forget that we are also humans. So then we have this sense of hearing, feeling, and touching. Those kind of feelings exist. But since digital world is so like information brain headed, like head always thinking, not feeling enough. That's why, of course, AI can imitate a lot of things. AI can be like humans, but like it's always AI can be like humans, and AI cannot be humans. So this means that what is distinguished between AI technologies and humans are feelings and also emotion. They argue that AI can create emotions and things like that. But physical sensation is there always. So when I receive phishing or when we receive phishing, the first step we should do is feel our physical state, situation. So that's why I am proposing this cyber judgment. It's saying that the first step is to feel.
So hang on. So this is just so we can explain this. So, you're very much arguing that it's our emotions that is the biggest problem, really, because if I'm stressed or I receive an email from my bank, say, I panic. I think, oh my goodness me, someone's trying to take money out of my account, and I panic and I make mistakes, etc., etc. And that's a huge problem. Our emotional response to it. But instead of doing this kind of like cybersecurity awareness or digital literacy, you are proposing cyber judgment. Tell me, what is cyber judgment?
Okay, so the awareness and training is good, but it's always knowledge based, information based. But what I am arguing is that what is missing is our feeling or physical sensation. So cyber judgment is like the ability to judge they are phishing or this is weird things or not. So it's like we are told to be careful, but it's not good enough because when say that my mom said don't touch it, it's too hot, I will never know if it's too hot until I touch it, because we are humans, we need to fail to learn and mature. But in the digital world, we cannot, because when we fail, it's forever. It's just how it is. So what I am suggesting is that we need to practice to have this cyber judgment in a safe environment. So what is cyber judgment? Cyber judgment is that ability to decide, ability to distinguish under pressure. So what does it mean is that humans have two states. So for example, I'm tired, or I have hangover, or I have like my state, my like currently what am I like I always say it's like weather. So today I'm cloudy because I'm tired. Today I have a very clear view because I'm happy or whatever. That is I called state. Then we have environment where external factors come in, like my boss is making me work, so I am under pressure. Then the emotion kicks in. So I'm saying that when we are here in the digital world, but actually we are having three things. The first is my internal state. Am I tired? What is my weather look like? Then I have the second element, which is external factors, like say that my kids is making a noise or a lot of environment is there. Then because of that, we have a feeling that is putting more fuel on this state. So what I am suggesting is that we need to have the process to judge, which is the 6 steps. So the first we need to feel. Then if we cannot feel this state, like internal, external, and also the feeling, we cannot stop. So for example, I ordered my credit card the other day. Then I was expecting the delivery of credit card on that day. Then I was anxious because it's very important. Then I got the message on my phone saying that the delivery missed. Then I feel like anxious. I feel pressured, and I feel that, okay, where's my credit card? That is feeling. But I didn't act on it. I pause. So after I feel it, then I have to pause. Then I call it ma. Ma is like intentional space between the stimulus and action. I feel something, I stopped, then I need to take ma. Ma is just like a Japanese concept of intentionally creating a space.
Sujiko, it's like taking a step back, isn't it? You know,
Yes,
you're in a
correct.
situation,
Yes,
you can be
yes.
agitated,
Yes,
you
yes.
can not be thinking straight. You've got to kind of step out of the situation.
Yes. But this
just like you would in everyday life, yeah? So, you know, if
Yeah.
you're in a situation that's a bit stressful and, you know, I don't know, maybe in an argument or something, it's, you know, take a step out, look at it, you know, with clearer vision,
Yes.
try and calm yourself down. And you're saying we need to do exactly the same with cybersecurity, that we actually
Yes.
need to slow down
Yes.
and we need to actually analyze what is happening and
Yes.
then take a decision.
Yes. And then we have to question, and we need to verify. So I looked at my message saying it's misdelivery, but I thought it's strange. Then I verify, not within that screen. I have to go out of the screen, because the screen is the arena of attackers. So attackers create space, so that I need to get out of that space. Then I need to act on it. I call the credit card company, asking if they sent that message, and it was not. So basically, these steps is, as you said, like we need to make sure that action comes the last, because when we are under pressure, action comes first, instead of this like stop and create more and act. So cyber judgment can be distorted because of our state, because of our feeling. Their action comes like, I don't know where, but in this 6 step, maybe it comes fast, or sometimes it's action only comes in. So for example, I could have acted to click on it. Then that's it. I will be phished. So this means that these 6 steps need to take place in order, but sometimes it go around. Like I can feel, stop, take my repeatedly until I decide to do next. But the most important is that action needs to be at the last stage. If the action comes before these 5 stages or 5 steps, then we can be tricked.
Sachiko Hasuni. And if you have a story, please do also get in touch via hello@somewhereonearth.co or via LinkedIn directly by messaging me. That is all we have for you in the main show. However, for just $10 a month, you can have an extended ad-free version of the programme. Please type into your search engine pod.fan, Somewhere on Earth, the Global Tech Podcast. Sachiko and I will be discussing more on her idea of cyber judgment and how to best protect ourselves from online and AI scams. And if you can't subscribe, then please leave us a rating on your podcasting platform. This really helps our visibility. Thank you to everyone who has done this so far. It's really making a difference. I'm Ania Lichtarowicz, and this is Somewhere on Earth, the Global Tech Podcast. Until next week, bye-bye.